there have been no shortage of empty threats to leave the United States in defiance against President Donald Trump, most of which was just a lot of hot air. While we would love to see these people complaining about living in the greatest nation in the world made better under our new president, put action where the hateful words are few, if any ever do. However, now there's a special place that's just been established for these hate-mongers as a secret getaway for racists to get some reprieve from white people. While we wish they would stay there, the plan for them going is to return to America with something worse. For the last 8 years under the Obama administration, he did his best to fan the flames of division by reigniting a race war in the country. Issues that have been fixed for years were stirred up, and race relations were set back decades, with many wondering if they can ever be repaired again. This attitude was seen especially in the black community, where violent groups such as Black Lives Matter began to spew hateful racist rhetoric that has sadly become mainstream thinking. Black communities across the country have become openly racist towards white people, even going as far as to ban us from their establishments. Now, these black racists have taken it another step too far by welcoming only black individuals to vacation at a resort to get away from evil white people and then bring back to the communities more hatred. Here is more from Conservative Tribune. Though the mainstream media often falsely accuse President Donald Trump's administration of ginning up racial animosity and tension, it appears that it is they who are truly hell-bent on driving America's various races apart like a wedge. Take Vice magazine, for instance, which ran a despicable piece last month accusing Attorney General Jeff Sessions of running a white supremacist Department of Justice because he avidly supports our men and women in blue and is waging a campaign against sanctuary cities that violate federal law. The same leftists who smeared Sessions as a racist and white supremacist later ran a piece about what it's like to take a vacation away from white people. We followed a group of women to the Women of Color Healing Retreat in Puerto Viejo, Costa Rica, a travel experience that emphasized yoga, vegan food, and political education seminars, and specifically banned white people, read Vice's new report, which was published last week. Apparently, a bunch of black racial grievance mongers has been fleeing the United States to get away from white people for a short bit, and the folks at Vice thought it important to not only advertise these grievance mongers' racism to the world but actually celebrate it as well. Included in the report was the following mini-documentary. As of Monday morning, the video had 7,000 downvotes versus 3,000 upvotes, and its comments had been disabled. I assume the safe space babies at Vice couldn't handle the criticism. And yes, I assume there was a lot of criticism because the remarks made by the participants were certainly deserving of it. In Omaha, it's very segregated, said one participant, identified as Alexis Bromley of Omaha, Nebraska. It can be very isolating if you are a person of color. It's hard in Nebraska because it's a red state, so you just don't know who you interact with on a daily basis, if they believe you are lesser, you are inferior, and how that, in turn, can affect me. But what does it say about Alexis that she needed a vacation from white people? Moreover, what does it say about her that she has automatically prejudged conservatives as racists? And the author is exactly right with those questions that he asked. These black people are making an assumption that all conservatives are racists instead of sitting down and getting to know them on a personal level. Of course, it is safe to assume that not everyone will get along, but it is not hard to believe that everyone can find common ground. However, instead of that happening, these black people are being shuffled off to an island to be fed with racist propaganda that only adds more fuel to the fire, which brings me to my last point on this matter. If these people find it so oppressive, why are they not leaving? The reason why is that they know they have it better here than anywhere else in the entire world, since we are all afforded the right to voice our opinions, including theirs, no matter how distasteful it is. So, hopefully, one day these people will figure it out that it is not white America who is the problem, but in fact, themselves who are creating these issues. The moment that black America realizes that they are no longer victims will be the day that this hateful narrative of racism ends, and that is a fact. HT Conservative Tribune. For the web powered by Zergnet, this figure skating move was too provocative for the Olympics. Olympic figure skater handles wardrobe malfunction perfectly. The real reason you don't hear about Leanne Rimes anymore. Snowboarder breaks his neck in terrifying crash at Olympics. Here's who Jackie Kennedy thought had her husband killed. This is what's at the center of Bristol Palin's divorce.